Hello and welcome back to another episode of Maths with Mr. Mitchell. Today in this video we're going to look at probably one of the hardest type of questions at IGCSE level, and that is where we have to find the x values or the coordinates where the gradient of the tangent to the original function is known. So in this question it says, for the function y equals x cubed plus 4x squared, find the x values or coordinate where the gradient of the function is equal to -5. So what that means is that there are kind of four simple steps that we should be looking at working through. And the first step is, of course, to find the derivative of the original function. We then set the derivative equal to the value of the gradient that's given, so in this case -5. We then solve for x, and that'll give us the x value or values of the coordinate. And then to find the corresponding y value, we substitute back those x values or x value back into the original function. All right, so first step is to find the derivative of my original function. So derivative of x cubed is 3x squared. Derivative of 4x squared is going to be plus 8x. All right, in step 2, I now set my derivative equal to the gradient given. So -5 equals to 3x squared plus 8x. And now the third step is to rearrange and solve for x. So we get 0 equals 3x squared plus 8x plus 5. Now at this stage, at IGCSE, you could potentially use your calculator, depending on what type of calculator you've got, to solve this polynomial. But we could also use the quadratic formula or factorize. Now, this can be actually factorized using the method of splitting the middle term. So I need two factors that add to give to 8, and then multiply to give the product of a and c, which in this case is 15. The two factors will be 5 and 3. Right, now we can split this middle term using the factors of 3x plus 5x, and then my first term 3x squared stays the same, and my constant of 5 stays the same. Right, now we factorize these two terms and these two terms, and I get 0 equals 3x outside of x plus 1 plus 5 outside of x plus 1. It's this stage that we can identify if we've made a mistake or not, because these two terms, or these two factors, sorry, are the same. So we haven't made a mistake and we are good to continue factorizing. So 0 equals 3x plus 5 is one factor, and the last factor is x plus 1. All right, we're almost finished. Now I know that my solutions, will be either 3x plus 5 equals 0 or x plus 1 equals 0. So we get x equals -5 over 3, or -1.6 reoccurring, or x equals -1. So these are the x values that I know at those particular x values, my function or the gradient of the function is -5. And now if I wanted to or had to find the y value, the corresponding y value, I would take each of these x values that we found and substitute back into the original function. Okay, thank you for joining me.